So you're inside, you're all familiar now because we went through with this in the last session. This is your content tree. Let me close these so you see, you get the same view as you would have. So you've got your content. Then you're going to go to Hult. So we've got our landing pages folder here, which is called landing. And then what you're going to do is, say, as an example, you want to create a folder, you're in Asia. So you're going to click on Asia. And then you're going to insert what we now call is the new landing page. And we're going to call this testing, and we're going to delete it after. Okay, sorry.
Where did you find the new landing page? Is it just under the same tree?
So exactly. So why don't we go to Northam? And now I'm going to right click inside the folder, insert new landing page, and I'm going to call it testing data. And now it's just loose, so you probably are going to want to remove that then into MBA, or well, you're probably going to just want to delete it, but obviously depending on which folder you want it in. So that was how all I did. I just went right click, insert, yeah. So I'm going to delete that because I'm going to create a real one where I need it. Here's one I made earlier. So I just started to do that inside the global folder. Actually inside paid search and inside MBA. So there is, I just created a new page which I called scholarships. And the reason that there's no plus sign beside this is because each of these have got a thanks page associated with them, which I haven't created yet. And typically when you decide to copy a page, you're going to copy over the sub items with it. Actually, that's always what happens. So because I started from scratch, I've just got the front page. But if I had decided to base my new landing page on one of the existing landing pages and I copied it, then I would also copy over the thanks page with it. So this is the scholarship page. I haven't created a Salesforce campaign ID, but obviously once you had, you would just insert your ID there. The program, this is for MBA. And what I'd mentioned on the last session, Dana, when you weren't here, what I'd mentioned on the last session is that you need to assign each landing page to a program. So basically that will act as the default program of interest if you do not include the program of interest field form on your event sign up or on your landing page sign up.
Okay.
That's why similarly, if you're creating an events page, and because we don't have this function in the back of the events page, it's mandatory that you will include the program of interest question on the form fields for your event pages to make sure that it syncs in with Salesforce. But
what if you want to use one landing page for two different programs?
Exactly. Okay, so that was going to be my next point. So then the program of interest field, that will override the program that you've attributed the landing page to here in the back end. So once the user fills out the form and they say they're interested in MIB as an example, then that will be assigned to an MIB recruiter in Salesforce. So that overrides it. The program of interest form field on the form overrides this in the back end. This is like a backup. So this is something that Victor and Suresh are still working on, just to make these form fields, the redundant ones, so that they disappear. So we're going to go with the stage text, and we're going to call that. I'm actually going to take it from what we have here already for scholarships. Yeah. So let's just scholarships, stage text. This is quite a lot of stage text. So I'm just going to. Sorry, let me just clear this. So open a new one. So as I was saying during the ORMM meeting, it's really useful just to have a little text edit open at all the time so that you can clean your copy, so that you don't carry over sort of weird HTML coding into your pages. So stage text. Okay, this is going to be too long, I know that. So students are selected based on the ability to form in the classroom. Okay, let's just say as an example, we'll just go with this. Now I'm going to take an image. So for this landing page, as I'd said in the ORMM meetings here in Lucerne, the stage image on all of the new landing pages is 256 by 130. So that's the size of the image that you're going to need. So there's loads of those already that exist inside Sitecore. If there isn't one there that is of use for you, then of course just create a Jira. So there's two places where these images are held right now. One is in the 2013 images. So this is where all of the images since the kickoff have been uploaded. So that's everything that's been approved since October of last year until now. And then previously on the website, so they were held inside a folder called Spots. And inside that folder, then there's another folder called 256, which has a load of other images that you also have access to. So the image that I want for this scholarship, it's not actually there yet. Gemma just gave it to me this morning, so I'm just going to upload it. And you can see the file name has the size on it, so it's 256 by 130. So this is the image. Just going to give it some alt text. So this is MBA. Should always start with Hult MBA scholarship. Just going to publish the image to live. Best practice is always to publish all of your items to staging, but because this image is currently not on any pages, it's not a problem to publish it to live. So I want to use that now. So now there's my image. Stage link. So I want to link. I don't actually want it to link anywhere because I'm going to attach a form to this page, and that should really be my only call to action on the page. I'm not going to include a video because we don't really have anything that's scholarship focused, and also I really just want the user to complete the form. This is where I'm going to put the main data for the page. So I have a Word doc here which has some copy. Again, I'm just going to clean this out in a text editor. I'm going to get rid of these bullet points because they don't translate very well from Word. And I'm just going to use the bullet points that are a part of the styling inside Sitecore. So now this is just plain text. So I know now that it's really clean copy. So there's no funky sort of style coding going on in the back. It's just page breaks. And it needs a little bit more. So I'm going to style it from here. So this is the end. So these are all of my scholarships. So I need to give those bullet points. So I'm going to use the bullet points that are inside Sitecore. There we go. I'm going to make sure that this is all paragraph. So you should always copy it and set it to paragraph. And the same for the above. Sometimes it happens automatically, but it's always good to check. Now I'm just going to have a look here. That looks pretty clean. Looks okay there. I'll press accept. I'm going to save it. And now what I want to do is, okay, for some reason I seem to have lost the program there. So let me just re-add that. Have a scroll through. I've got a stage title. I've got stage text. I've got a stage image. The field that I forgot when we were in the RMM meeting was the stage link text, I believe, which is the blue button on the top right. So this is going to be your call to action, which is learn more about Pulse scholarships, as an example. I'll review the copy after. And I'm going to save that. Okay. So next thing what I want to do is I need to make sure that I've got a form associated with it. So I created forms for landing pages before that I'm happy with. I know they work well. There's not too many form fields, just all of the mandatory ones, such as program of interest, phone number, and country of residence. And they've been styled especially for this kind of landing page. So I'm going to copy that because I know that works for me. So say as an example, this one, which was done for Central, for the pillar emails, which was called Global Experience. And now I'm just going to right click it and I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm going to call it scholarships. And now when I'm here, I'm just going to have a quick look through it. There's a few things that will have to change. As an example, the success page, I need to change this. So as I know I had mentioned previously, and a lot of you are aware, but I'll just show you quickly here. When you complete a form on a landing page, you're driven to either a thanks page or a thanks message. Typically, all of our forms drive you to a thanks page. But you have the option to do both depending on how important the page is or how much time and resources you have to put into it. What I'm actually going to show you guys as well just now, because I know this is new terminology to a lot of you, I'm just going to show you an example of what I anticipate this form to look like at the end, or sorry, this full page to look like at the end. So let me just take a landing page that exists right now in the same style. So this is basically where we're going with this page. This is the end result that we want. So this is the stage image. This is the stage title. This is the stage text. This, I believe, is the what I refer to as the stage link text. Mm-hmm. And this is all in the PowerPoint as well that I'd sent. Then this is the copy. So this is where I've just put in the body of the copy and then the bullet points. And now the final part that I need to do is the form. Actually, there's still some formatting things that I need to do on the copy, but once we get the bones of it there, we can go back in and tweak it and make it look better. But just for you guys who've maybe never created landing pages in the past or are brand new to this, this is basically the end result. This is where we're hoping to arrive at the end. So let me just go back to the form that we were creating called scholarships. So this is the thanks message. So if you fill out this form, this is the thanks page that I've got to. So you can see here in the URL that the word thanks is there. So that means that it's taken us to a whole new page. If I had chosen here the success mode to just be show message, then you wouldn't have arrived at a new thanks page. You would have just seen this page, and in place of the form, you would have a little note saying, thank you, thanks for filling out the form. Or in this case, would say, thank you, your brochure request is being processed and your brochure should arrive in the mail, blah, 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 blah. So there are your two options. But as I said, typically what we're doing at the moment is using a full thanks page. So in this case, we want to redirect it. So the success mode is redirect, and it's redirecting to a thanks page. Now, what we haven't done yet, and what maybe we should have done before we got here, is create the thanks page. Because if we had done that, then when we were here, we could directly link it up to the thanks page that we needed. So what I'm also going to do, and what I think I'll speak to Victor about, is allowing it so that once you insert a new landing page, you will also be assigned a thanks page. And let me just take a note of that quickly.
Automatically, you mean you could build that in?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would save a step.
Exactly. So let me see how difficult. I can't imagine that's too difficult to create. In the meantime, I'm going to take this thanks page from a landing page I created just last week. And why don't I just show you what it looks like? So you can see that it's fairly generic. There's nothing really. There's no real content in it other than actually, you know what, this okay. Okay, so this is quite bare. So what you could do to jazz up your thanks page, what we'll look at afterwards, is insert a building block or a content slider here below that allows you to play videos, or, because at this point you've already converted your candidate. So it's up to you really how much engagement you want them to have. So I'm just going to copy this page. And I'm going to copy it to the end of, so I'm going to stick it here underneath scholarships, which is the page that I'm working on at the moment. So now you'll see that to the left of my scholarship, I've got a drop down similar to how I have for all of the rest of the pages, because there's now a thanks page underneath that. So if I go back to my form, since I've copied a form, there's a few things you just need to remember if you decide to copy a form. You need to make sure that you're linking it to the right page. So currently this is pointing to the thanks page underneath the global experience, which is not what we want. We want it to point to the thanks page underneath scholarships. So that's what I'm going to do there. I'm going to change that success page so that when somebody fills out the form, they're going to be redirected to the page below the scholarships and not the page below global experience. So another part here is save actions. So save actions are the alerts that both you as the event organizer can receive, and the alert then that the alert that the candidate can receive. So you want to also make sure that you're keeping track of what each page is. So as an example, this for me is scholarships. And it's definitely a good idea to include the page. Okay, to include the full URL. I'm going to come back there because I should have taken a copy of the URL first. So I'm going to publish it live because this folder right now has a no follow tag. So basically it's not going to be found anywhere within Hult.edu, and it's not searchable either. So I feel confident enough to test it on live.
What part of it was the no follow tag?
That's in the back end.
Oh, I thought it was in the URL. Okay.
Okay, so this is way too much content, obviously, for this page. But I'm just going to include the URL on the form for reference so that every time you get an alert, if there's anything you need to change in the page, you know where to find the page. So I just need to go back to the form now, to the saved actions. So that's the page. You want to reinsert all of these fields so that they map properly, because these are the fields associated with the previous form before we'd copied it. So I'm just going to insert them all. And put them then in the right place. So I'm just cutting and pasting here. And this is just the alert for you, so it doesn't really have to be that pretty, but you can obviously make it as pretty as you want with all of these things. So that will do me fine. Does Ken want it? Probably not. Do I want it? Yes. Now I'm going to save and publish that. I'm going to publish it to live because it's a form. Okay, so I'm just going to have a browse through to make sure. Okay, so it's now redirecting to that thanks page that I wanted. I've changed that alert to make sure that I receive an alert and that I'm aware of where the page sits. What I didn't do is create an alert for the user to receive. I guess really you're unlikely to want to do that for a landing page. I don't think it's necessary, and it's already automatic for events. Do you guys want me to show you how you do that?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So these are all of our different save actions. So what we want then is to send an email message. Yeah.
They already get like the basic automated one, right?
Well, no, this is the automated one for a landing page.
Ah, gotcha.
So I'm just going to add it now.
So the automated message is not automatic.
No, only for events. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So then here, what I would do is go, hi, first name. We're delighted that you have completed our form.
Oh, cool. Can I show you something?
Little wink. You know, whatever your message wants to be. However, you know.
Is he on this weekend? Is he on this weekend? I mean, he's not there today.
Okay. And then you can insert, I mean, these are the form fields that they've given you, so it's unlikely that you want to include any of those other than first name. But maybe you want to include, you know, your admissions office. Call us here. Find me here. And you can include links to whatever you want, you know, whether it's a link to the, I don't know where, you know, whether it's a link to the campus or a link to the campus details or a link to the admissions office details, or, you know, obviously that's, you've got full control there. And again, you can make that as pretty as you want. You know, something like that I think would be gorgeous. No, I'm obviously joking, but you get the idea, yeah? So then I'm going to press, so this is, thanks for filling the form.
How are we being able to incorporate this in such a way?
You know what?
So it makes
it's silly of me. Let's just keep it like this.
I mean, I'll be able to probably put it together that is that could be one, you know. Exactly.
Okay, as an example.
This is basically how it looks like. Now I just went in and went to all North American.
So now I'm going to publish this form.
From 1st October. You see, these are the emails that in some ways that have.
Now I'm going to go back to my page because right now the page and the form aren't talking to each other. There's nothing that's connecting those. So let me go here.
I mean, this is how it looks like.
Sorry. So I've just gone to presentation there. Now I'm going to go to layout into details.
But it's a specific put together
and I can go here. And from here, then I can just link it directly to the form where I have it. So I have it in system, modules, web form for marketers, website, global, landing, MBA, scholarships.
Rachel, do you mind terribly? I'm sorry, but can you show me how you got this pop-up? Because I know that was an issue before.
Okay, so I went here on my top nav. I'm right now I'm on the item itself, on the page item. And here I've got home, navigate, etc. And one of them is presentation.
Yep.
So I just went here to the layout area, and there's an item called details. And when I click on details, yeah, and when I click on, let me drag this over so you can hear it. Presentation, details. Then I'm given this box here, and then in the document you can see then form is here.
Gotcha. Okay, because that's like basically the step I missed last time.
Yeah. Do you want me to take a screenshot of that? Because these are all the items, and then I got that. There's a screenshot anyway, so I can send you that.
Awesome, thanks.
So now let me publish that.
No, but because since if we're saying that person would do 40%,
okay, now I'm going to refresh the landing page. And there we've got a form. Way too much content. And we've got no call to action on the top of the form, so that's missing. So I need to include that. So that was called then. I thought that was called the stage link text. Pretty sure it was called the stage link text. So that should appear there, but it's not. So I'm gonna have to. I'll have a quick chat with Victor, so we can figure out why that's not working. Actually, Victor's here, so sorry, we're just on a webinar here. But that box, do you remember before it didn't appear during URMM, and then it was called the stage. I did stage link text. But I've got copy there now, but it's not showing.
The image is missing. Maybe it's because of the problem of Amazon. Let me just check.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Thanks, Anya. I'll send you the item. Okay, I'm just going to share this with Victor. Sorry, she needs the whole world can see our conversation there.
Yeah, so let me know.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so Victor's going to have a look at that, but you should be getting a blue box up here. I think since I've been creating them, I've been copying ones that have the blue box. So I haven't found the issue, but just when you're creating a new one, obviously you're going to want it to be there. So Victor's going to look at that. Obviously, you know, this is way too much copy, just in terms of best practice for landing pages. So I need to dramatically reduce this, which I'll do when you guys are off. But why don't I just show you a little bit more about editing the actual copy on the page. So as an example, we might want to highlight these titles. So then, similar to as you would on Word or any other editor, you're just going to highlight what you want and make your edits. But you really want to make all of your edits inside here, inside Sitecore, and not in Word.
And Rachel, if we are copying from a Word document, what's the best thing to do? Should we paste that as plain text into text editor before importing
Exactly, yeah. And that's what I just did with this. So this copy was originally in Word, and I put it in a text editor.
Okay, I figured so, because that'll remove all the formatting.
Yeah, exactly. Because even, yeah, exactly. Because even like the Word document had bullets, so, you know, there could be a temptation, and it has all of the bold copy, you know. So there is a temptation, obviously, to just copy it in, but you're going to get all sorts of styling issues that I know we've faced before. So I need to work on this copy and shrink it dramatically. But I won't do that now with you guys. So that's the... Oh, okay. The next thing, actually, while Victor's looking at that, is... So this is... Actually, there's no reason why we can't fill out the real form, just because it doesn't have the blue box. So let's have a look. And you'll also see then the message that I get. Okay. Victor's giving me a thumbs up here. There we go. So let me just confirm. Victor, there's nothing else. There's nothing I was doing wrong there. Okay, cool. So, okay, so our blue box is back. So let me finish this. And because I've told the form to redirect it to this specific thanks page, this is exactly where I've been driven. This content isn't actually relevant for this thanks page because this isn't the message we want. We want to give. The call to action wasn't to download a brochure, so obviously I need to change all of that content. And to do that, then I would go to the item. So just go to that thanks page. And then this message is going to be completely different. So it'll be many. So I'm going to go here. There we go. With those little red lines. Okay, so I mean, again, I need to review that copy. That's not what I want written there, but for the sake of just moving. But maybe what I actually do want on that thanks page is maybe I want to include a content slider that has videos, something that exists already. So I could go here to Global Network and I could insert the MBA Global Network content slider. Then I'm going to save this. And similarly, in this area, you could insert your events thank you pages content slider, you know, if you want to let them know about your regional events, or you could insert, you know, whatever relevant information that you feel would add value. So now whether, you know, that's the right content for this page or not is another question, but just to show you how you can technically do it, that's how you can insert any of that. So that's content that exists that you can add to your pages. And you could also insert that in a landing page if you wanted. Just by doing it exactly the same way, you'll just go down to building blocks, content sliders, or building blocks. So maybe there's something else you want to include. So maybe you want to include something about, let's have a look. What other kind of static content do we have? You know, about how we're ranked on our global network. And then we can refresh the page. And there you go. I mean, obviously that's not how you want it. There's some styling issue there, but essentially that's how you can insert whatever content that you want and build a page. So I don't want that there. So I'm going to remove it. So that's the new landing page and the form and the saved actions. So do you guys have any questions before I go into campus visits? No. Okay. I'm sure I've bored you all to tears. But I'm just going to take a 5-minute break, guys, if that's okay. I just need to run and grab a glass of water, and then we'll come back down and I'll take you through the campus visits that is now currently sitting inside staging that's integrated with the event section. So there's entering the content for the campus visit is one part of it, and then also copying the events is the second part that's inside staging that I want to show you. So it's just 3 o'clock now, so will we reconvene at 3:05 for whoever is still interested? That sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds fine because Tanya's not in yet, so that's perfect.
Okay, super. Thanks, Dana.
Awesome. Thanks, Rachel. I'll be right
Everyone
back.
else, I'll need to run around and wake up. Ping.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Ciao.
Thank you.
Catch you.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, she's awesome.
Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. I'm going to start again. Just before I go into campus visits, I'm just going to show you here the scholarship alert that I got myself, as you saw me do inside the saved actions. And then this is the URL driving me to the page. So that's for reference. So that's really handy to know. And these are all of my details. And then this is the auto message that we created that's to go to the candidate. So obviously there wasn't much content that I included in that, so that's all I received from there. So both of those auto alerts are working right now. So now I'm going to show you, is everybody back?
Yes.
Super. Okay. Thanks. Okay, so now let's go into the into the campus visits parts, which is inside the event. So I think this is going to be really great, and I think for all of you guys who've been painstakingly adding the campus dates, then this is good news for you guys, because I know, as an example, on Friday evening I was just trying to copy over some of the dates, and not to, well, I say not to single out anyone, but look, the system is moving away anyway, so there's really no lessons to be learned anymore from this end. But just in terms of, we no longer have to worry about how the dates appear. As an example, we've got April and then we move into May and then we're back into April. So all of those issues you won't have to deal with anymore. So let's go here. And I'll show you that I began to create some, so it's already April 15th. So I think I created them as of April the 16th. So April the 16th, we've got a Dubai campus visit, and we've also got a London Holt House campus visit. So Marco, are you on the call? Yeah, Marco, you're there. I think I've lost you. Reshu or Maggie, I think this is probably of most interest to Marco. Is he around? And then Irene, you're there.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, so let's take London then as an example. So here we go. We've got London Holt House on the 16th. And let's just have a look and see how it is currently on live. So this is the information we've got. That issue with the $sign. You won't have to worry about that anymore. So these are all of your classes. I'm sorry, they're all of your tours, and then these are all of your classes. So I'll just keep that open there, and then I'll keep this open here in staging. Guys, can you hear me? Because I know it's kind of noisy even where I am. Can you hear me?
Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm going to show you how this looks in live. Oh, sorry, actually. So London. So here we are. So this is in staging. So this is what a campus visit looks like right now. And then this is live, how it looks. So we're moving from this to this. Again, what would be great is to get all of your feedback on the content that you want to have included here. What I've done for all of the campuses is I've included a generic blurb on what the campus tour and class is. And this could probably be shortened as well, so I can look at doing that. And then this second part is about the campus in question, which in this case is London Holt House. So if we look at the events that are in staging right now, so there's just been one created for the 16th. So let's go there, which is this one here. And this is the same Salesforce campaign ID, so that's fine. The campus type, that's been selected. The event title, so I need to check it in. so that I can actually edit the item. So this is your stage image, your stage video. And actually, if you want to change these, let me know, because this is where it gets a little bit misleading. The content for this is actually sitting, and this is what I was telling you on the call last Wednesday, is actually sitting here. So when I show you to here, it might make a bit more sense. But just in case you're going crazy, when you're changing that, you're publishing it, but you're still seeing the old stuff. That's because it's sitting in here.
Exactly, but in theory, event email should have been sent every 7 days, but instead they're forcing it. That's why.
So I've just noticed here, and I'm not sure if any of you guys noticed, but when I was showing you this page, you see the way the text here is not the same as this. So it should look like this. This is squashed, so I didn't format this properly. So you can see that here, that I never highlighted all of this and then did exactly what I was telling you guys to do, which is go paragraph. And now you'll see that they're the same. So I'm going to accept that. And before I press publish, I'm going to just make sure that you're happy with the rest of the content. So Irene, you can shout if there's anything here that you want to have differently.
Okay.
So this is your image. This is the default Holt House campus visit image. This is the video for London. This is the the London campus video. This is the summary. So this currently is the same across all campuses. So Irene, if you want to take notes of the elements that you can change, if you want to review and make more personal. So one is this part here, the summary. And then this is the event description. So you can view it on staging and decide. Okay, event location, Holt House, street name, London, country, latitude and longitude, and program of interest has to be there. So let me push that up. And actually, Irene and everybody else, actually, this state field is, even though Irene, I guess you're thinking, well, we don't have state in the UK, but this actually works as a city field. So you're going to want to, and it's dynamic. So if you include that underneath country of residence, when the user clicks country of residence United Kingdom, they will then be prompted with a city field that just appears. And then they have a drop down and they can choose whichever city within the UK that they're in. Are you familiar with that field, Irene?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Okay, so program of interest is included, phone number, so I put that higher. That should really just go with email address. So campus, so campuses, campus tour date, they need to stay because that's essentially this. And the campus tour date is your calendar. First name, last name, email, number, country of residence, date, and program of interest. Perfect. Comments, I guess you're going to want to include that. Another field, Irene, that I know you guys in the UK like is the recruiter's name, so we've added that. So that can go above comments, or you can choose to just not have comments box. Which, what do you think? Do you want to make that decision now while I'm here?
What we include is preference for contact time.
For the campus visit, would you include that?
Yeah, we have always included that, but it's fine. I mean,
okay.
I'm gonna ask Wendy what does she want.
Okay. Because you can, so I can add that now if you want. I guess I just thought that might be a little bit misleading, considering there's so many auto alerts that go out after this. So, if you're a user and you've decided your preferred contact time, but you still receive an email straight away, is that?
Yeah.
I know. It's up to you. It's up to you anyway. Have a think about it and let me know. For now, I'm not going to include it.
Okay, let you know.
Cool. So then campuses. So that's London. And now this is the same information that's at the auto alerts right now. So if there's anything else, Irene, if you want to include a personal message in that alert that goes out. So maybe as an example, something that would be really helpful for you is if James at the front office could tell you, I don't know, whatever kind of follow-up procedure that you've got. I've included this because these are the important ones for me. But you guys, if there's anything that would help you to work better with the campuses, if you want to include a note here saying, as an example, it's you're in Dubai and you need Noelia to, just go, Noelia, can you, whatever message you want to include here, you can include there. So once you've all got the alerts, have a little think about it, how we can all work better using this, so that the whole process is flowing without us having to manually follow up with people. So that's, and then here also, so just to remind you all, we're still sitting inside the campus part. So this is all default stuff that you need to come through me to change. So then this is your message. So this is going to say, dear, whatever, thanks for booking your campus visit to Hull's House, our postgraduate central London campus. We very much look forward to meeting you. You are confirmed to attend class tour, optional class, start time, end time. We very much look forward to meeting you. We've already said that. Please find here directions to the campus for your reference. So this takes you to the Google Maps link. So you can test all of that as well. If you need to reschedule this appointment at any time, please email, blah, 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 or call, blah, blah, blah. Our campus address is print confirmation. So I'm going to accept that, save it, and just publish it to staging, because you guys need a day to review all of the content to make sure you're happy with it. So let's have a look now in staging. So when I refresh this content bot, yeah, there you go. Now this is the same as this. And the form fields have changed. We've included the recruiter name. So right now we've just got this one here on the 16th. So let's have a look what happens when we click at the 16th. So you click on the calendar here to see which one. So all of the dates that are in bold and navy, they're the ones where we've got campus visits. So right now we've only got one created inside the content editor. 15th is in bold because that's today. So let's see what's on the 16th. When I press on the 16th, worse now, and I want to show you a number. So you're supposed to get a pop-up window. Maybe I haven't published this one here at the 16th. So I'm going to publish the staging. Okay, so that was working earlier, of course. Let me have a look here.
Speaking to this guy in Canada that basically says that everything that this guy was here from 2 weeks ago said was impossible. He says it's possible. It's all about that. Who you speak to.
Okay, I think it's just
to sales.
really slow.
So hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to roll it out soon.
Okay, so let's do it this way. Okay, so what's supposed to happen at that point is that there's a pop-up that allows you, that was working an hour ago, that allows you to choose. So let's have a look and see if we can, if it's working for anywhere else. Just have a look at Boston for Wednesday. No. Okay, so I need to have a look and figure out what's just happened, why that pop-up's not working. In the meantime, I'm going to keep going through the content here, and I'll show you the new fields that you need to create or that you need to input. So I've created one for every campus as a minimum. So from there, all you need to do is copy it and move it to the date that you want. And then the fields that you need to change, you don't need to change this, you don't need to change that, you don't need to change any of this. You're going to obviously need to change the start date and time, end date and time. The event details, the venue details stay exactly the same. Your region will stay the same. Your program filters will stay the same. Your campus will stay the same. Your form fields, well, I've already chosen those for you up in the campus page. So this part as well, Irene, this is where we can do it for real. So I've included me, Shanice, yourself, and Reception London. Is there anybody else that needs to receive this?
Not sure. I will let you know.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. And actually, you can insert it directly here yourself. This part you have control over. So this field isn't up in the campus part. So this is, but once you've created it for one, obviously, then you can just copy it. The event capacity, I've set this at 5 for all of them. Because especially now that it's going to be included in all of the events, this is, I would anticipate that there will be more campus visits. So this then is not relevant because this is for the rest of your events, but the actual thanks message that the recipient receives, I'll show you in a minute because it's here. So then this is the campus visit section. So here you're going to include the first time, or the start time of the first tour and the end time of the first tour, and the class name, the class description, the start time of the class and the end time of the class. Let's have a look and see if, no. You know what I'm going to ask you all to do is, and sorry, I think George, you're waiting on me to give you a login details, and Sean, I know yours aren't working properly, so I'm going to try and get that set up for you after this call. But if everybody else, can you all log into Sitecore yourselves now for a couple of minutes, and just take a look at the campus visit page that's been created inside the event section. So for you, Irene, it's April the 16th. For so on the 16th, we've got one for Dubai. So Marco, Maggie, and Reshu, if you could have a look at that. Irene, if you could look at London. Then Dana, Tanya, and Emily. There's Boston, is there created on the 17th. Then what other campus are we looking for? There's San Francisco and Shanghai are on the 18th. So if you could all just take the next 5 minutes looking at that, I'm going to figure out why this pop-up isn't working. And so we'll all touch base again in the next 5 minutes. Just have a look around and don't publish anything to live, but publish it to staging so that you can test it there. Thanks. Hey guys, are you all still there?
Yes.
Super. Okay, so I'll just explain why that pop-up didn't work. Of course, I just prematurely panicked, but there was actually no content there. So that's why the pop-up didn't work. So if I take another campus where I have included that content, as an example, Shanghai, am I sharing my screen? Can you see my screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Oh, sorry, I can see that I've got questions here that I'd missed. I can't speak again. Oh, sorry, Dana. Yes, but I'm muted again. Maybe because Dana, are you back? Oh no, you're. Let me see if I can unmute you. There you go, Dana. You're back.
Oh, I thought that I was singled out as the loudest. I thought it was just personal.
No, I was like, oh my god, I've even lost Dana. How boring am I?
The ladies here in the office are also laughing at me because I am fully talking to you, even though I know that I'm on mute.
Okay, good to have you back. You're keeping me alive here.
How come? Quick question.
Please.
Our campus visits,
Mm,
and forgive me. I mean, Emily's probably looking at me like you're silly because she now knows more than I do about campus visits.
yeah.
But our campus visits still are in the old format. Is that because when they were created last, they were in the old format? So any future ones will be the new format?
Exactly. So, well, what we want to do really, because we want to try and push this live tomorrow. In fact, we really do want to push this live tomorrow. Is transfer that content from the old to the new. So I started doing it on Friday, and I know I did Shanghai, and I thought I did London, and I thought I did Dubai, but now I'm not
Yeah,
seeing
because
them all
ours is still
there.
the old. Yeah.
And San Fran, they had expired anyway on the live, and that's partly my fault because I had said to not include all of the dates because we were going to publish to live a couple of weeks ago, which didn't happen. So
But you guys are migrating that stuff over.
well, I started, but what I could really do with your help actually now.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so I'm here all day, but if you guys could start to do that, I mean, and the purpose of this then is to show you how. So I've created minimum the first one. I think on some campuses I've done more than that. And then all you need to do is copy it and change the date and include the the class name and the time. And even if you want to literally just, after this call, whoever's doing it, we can do it together at the start. And then once you get into the swing of it, I can leave you, but I can, take whatever time today to do that. So let me show you how it should work. And then we'll go back in. So Shanghai, who have we got here from Shanghai?
Emily, do you want to mute here?
Is there anybody here from Shanghai online?
My speakers are
No. Okay. Sean is not here. So anyway, Shanghai is done as far as I remember. So this is how it's going to work. You click on your calendar. You can see here today's the 15th, so that's in bold. Then you've got the 18th, the 19th, and the 26th. So why don't I just go to live and see what Shanghai's got. So Shanghai, they've got the 18th, 19th, and the 26th. And here also the 18th, 19th, and 26th. Exactly. Okay. So yeah, so I've migrated all of their stuff over. So let me go back to staging. The 18th, this is it. So the campus tour that they've committed to is 12:30 on the 18th to 1 p.m. So let's just have a look and see, is that right? 12:30 on the 18th, yeah, to 1 p.m. Okay, they've also got a second one at 8:15 to 8:45, which they didn't actually have on Friday when I was creating it. I know that because I've got a print screen of this. So that's been added after. So I need to add that in. Classes, then what they've offered on the 18th is corporate social responsibility from 9 a.m. to 12:20. So as a user, I want to attend that. So I'm going to press submit. So now that is recorded here. And now I need to fill out the rest of it. And so now I'm told, thank you for booking your campus visit to the Shanghai campus. We look forward to meeting you. You'll shortly receive a confirmation email including a map to the campus visit for your reference. If you need to reschedule this appointment, please contact blah, blah, blah at blah, 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 or call blah, blah, blah in advance. So this is the same copy that's being used for all campuses. So again, if you guys want to personalize this or make it different for your campus, you need to give me that default text so that we can edit that. Okay, can't remember my changes. So yeah, so this is where it appears. But if you want to change it, no, forget it. That's it. Forget that. That's for standard event form, so that doesn't apply to campus visits. So the default campus visit copy for the thanks message is sitting up in the campuses section where I was earlier on. So if you want to change that, then you need to send me that copy, and I can do that for you. So, Irene, since you're there now at the moment, you're going to want to update all of the London ones. I'll go with you first and just make sure that you're happy to do that. And we can
Rachel, would it be too time consuming to just show us right now, because none of us know how to do that?
Yeah. So why don't we do a real one? So who wants to? Do you want to give me one for Boston or San Fran or?
Sure. Okay. So I guess we've only done the first 2 weeks of April.
It's on. So we can take from here. So why don't we take from here? So I think I started to do this, but I got confused then just because May was in the middle. So I was. So it's now April the 15th. Tomorrow's the 16th. So we aim to push for the 16th. So we'll be looking for anything from April the 17th afterwards. So that's not. So there's the 29th, but what comes before the 29th, 30th, 10th, that's expired. May 1st, that's after April. Okay, so then we're looking at April the 29th for the next one. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to write that down for myself. So that's April 29th. That's 3.
For the past events, I remember specifically only publishing them till the.
Oh yeah, I know, and that's what I just said earlier on, because I know I had said that we'd publish live, so that's partly my fault.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying? That you only published half of them because you're anticipating this news one to be open?
That too, and also I see on the screen that some of them are from the past, but I only published them until the date of the campus visit. Like April 8th is a week ago.
Okay.
So I can go back and look.
You know what? It really doesn't matter, because tomorrow we're rid of this whole thing anyway. So
okay.
I know it was a nightmare to you. So I don't feel any. It doesn't matter. Basically, we're going to be having a new one, so that's the main thing. So
okay.
So I'm just going to write this down. So we're looking at April the 29th. We've got 2. So we've got one at 3 p.m. and we've got one at 10 a.m. And then let's see, do we have any classes to go on that one? The 29th of April. No, we don't. Okay, so let's take another one. So we'll create 2, one that has a class and one that doesn't have a class. So the next one after the 29th of April, we've got the 30th of April. But before I just take note of that, I'm going to see, is there a class on the 30th of April?
How come they're out of order? Sorry, I think you just said that.
They need to be created in order inside, because once you publish it, it recognizes that as a kind of the filing. So you need to put them in order before you publish. But you don't even, if we weren't moving into something new, I'd show you how to do that. But I don't think there's any point to me showing.
We're never going to have to do it again.
Exactly, yeah. So to hell with it. It was a nuisance. Okay, so let's go Tuesday, April the 30th. Oh, no, sorry, we said there was no class on that day. So what's after the 30th? The 1st of May. So let's see, is there a class on the 1st of May? No, there isn't. Okay, I think this is actually what threw me because okay, so you do have a class on April the 17th, but there's no tour on April the 17th. I think that's why I kind of moved on to another campus then. I did try.
Let's just do another campus.
So, okay. Well, why don't we just do, I mean, we don't, so there's no class in May here. So unless you guys have a spreadsheet, we could take it from that. Okay. So let's create this one for Boston for April the 29th. So I created one for Boston already. So I'm just going to copy that. So here's the one for Boston on the 17th. And I'm just going to duplicate it actually. Well, yeah. So this is what we're going to do, a real one. So now I've got 2 Boston campus visits, so it's taking me to the new page. But obviously we don't have 2 on the 17th, so I need to move this, but that automatically happens when you change the date. So we've said this is going to be April the 29th. So there we go, 29th. 29th. And this is, okay, so we've got 2. One starts at 3 p.m. and one starts at 10 a.m. Okay, I'm going to press save, and then this is going to drive me.
So you just did the time span for both? Is that what you just did?
I'll show you now where you're going to enter the details, because yeah, that field is slightly misleading, because that's the field that will actually be added to the calendar. So it's a little bit more complicated, but actually the timings that will pop up are you're going to put in a different place. Okay. So let me just I'll go and I'll show you. So, oh, sorry. So that was April the 29th. So now we're here on April the 29th. So this is your new one. All of this stays the same. Change the date. This is all.
And these are all copying into the same campaign, right? The one that you have for everything.
Exactly. So you don't need to change anything here. So except what you do need to change is here. So while I say change, it was obviously blank in the one I'd created before. So I need to go back and add that. But okay, so let's go. So the first tour is going to be 3 p.m. and it's going to end at 3:30. And there's no class on that day, so I'll leave that blank. The second tour is starting at, sorry, I've actually done that in the wrong order because the second tour starts at 3 p.m. And the first tour starts at 10 a.m. and ends at 10:30. So that's actually all you have to do, and now it's going to be there. Just saved it, and now I'm going to publish it. I'm just publishing it to staging because, as I said, I want you guys to have more time to test it first. So that's the 29th. I copied that from the where did I copy it from? Here we go. 17th, and obviously the visit time was empty because it was empty when I copied it, so I need to go back and put a visit time on the 17th. So I'm just going to see what time it is on the 17th. Okay. There is none on the 17th. So I'm going to change that date to
I think
May.
we actually need
Okay, to April the 30th.
Because the meeting with Rob was everything besides good. Was everything. Give me a second. I said the meeting with Rob was everything besides good. Yes, I mean it was probably one of the more unprofessional ways to have someone from Eleanor. It was the worst. And basically his way of presenting your product basically made everyone uncertain.
So
that this would be
the date that we've said now is the 30th.
To be very honest.
And the time?
No, he basically said that I mean, he tried to
10 a.m. and 3 p.m.
So many times in the past. He tried to sell your landing pages and your forms, and he basically said without that whole setup.
So this is now going to move to the 30th.
So basically, he in front of everyone that shouldn't feel that the new system is questionable. Basically, got it thrown out from a representative from Amazon, basically saying that things aren't working. However, we know personally that it has worked, and all the systems and everything.
Okay, so the tour is also 10 a.m. ends at 10:30, and the second tour is at 3 p.m. and ends at 3:30. Save. And I'm going to publish this to staging as well.
The reason why now it felt so adamant that to meet on Friday is one of them is really because he questioned our entire technical setup. And basically said, he questioned our technical setup with Salesforce and Sitecore. And basically he said that we would use a lot of the automatizations that Eleva can offer.
So I've just published this to staging so that we can test it there.
Which is no, but he doesn't come from. He's been selling your product as well, and now he doesn't. He's now more presenting it from a different angle, which I completely.
It shouldn't take this long to publish with events, so let me just cancel.
But the thing here is ultimately that he asked for.
Okay, I don't know why. Maybe sometimes it does that, and it has actually published. So let's go back to staging. Let's go to view all events.
Sort of based on what people wanted to do.
Campus visits. So globally, so we've just added an extra one for Boston. So let's see.
Again, we ended up in the same conversation that we've had so many times. That yes, we could.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so the one that we've just created now was.
We actually did instruct that we aren't the only ones using part of those.
Sorry, just trying to hear myself. I don't know how you hear me. It's for the 30th of April. So which? Why is that got the Dubai address? Boston.
Yes, and I mean that's why you guys were seeing this percentage. No, but that was part of why you got that email from Mike Garcia. Because I could do so
minutes, I guess.
Okay. I'm not sure why you're getting the Dubai office campus address there.
Exactly. And I mean, and also, I mean, we spend time also based on the conversation that I had with Mike, with how our processes have been set up currently.
Okay, because that's a Dubai event.
So I'm hoping.
Let's have a look and see Boston.
Today.
Hey,
So we look at
Rachel,
yeah.
do all the events, will they now have a campus tour like section in Sitecore? Because we put up a new event on Friday and it had the campus tour section already in the event
Yes,
page.
so all event pages will now have these fields, but you were
Okay.
only going to use them for the campus visits.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so just keep them empty. So we've created two for Boston, the 17th, the 9th, and the 29th. So if you're looking now at the 29th, so they're the two ones that I've just created. So they pop up like that. See that? So if I go to Shanghai, where they have classes on the same day as the tours, I go to the calendar. I know on the 26th, I created the event, pop up, and there we go. There's the campus tour and the class time. So if you leave the class empty, which is what we've done for Boston, none of the below will appear. You'll only see the class. You'll only see the tour times. See that? So the only thing that you as the editor have to include is this, the part that I've highlighted. Everything else is default. This, and this. And here you've also got the option to include a description of the class. So they're the only items that you need to change for campus visits, provided you're happy with all the default text. So it's the campus tour start time and end time, the class, and the class time. Okay, Dana, do you think that helped you to see how I created it for Boston?
Yeah, I think we're good. Tanya and Emily will really own this, but
okay. And are they on the call right now?
Yeah. Are you guys feeling okay about that? Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Do you want to take a little bit of time while I'm still here, because I know you guys are behind, just testing and creating some more events and publishing them to staging and having a look at it? Can you try and factor in like 15 minutes after this to do that?
You guys test out everything now for her and so shoot her questions before.
That would be cool.
I'm going to leave it in their hands, Rachel, because I unfortunately have to run another meeting right now.
Yeah.
So
cool.
I'm going to log out, but Emily and Tanya are still logged in.
Okay, super.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Vinny. Ciao, Dana.
Thanks so much, Rachel.
Not at all. Ciao. Irene.
Yep.
How do you feel about creating them?
Good. I'm going to start this afternoon and I will let you know.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, will you just shout if you have any questions, because what we want to do is publish this to live tomorrow. I think that's actually why I had created all of the ones for Shanghai, just because with time zones and everything, they were the one campus that I was afraid of not being able to get a full hold of.
So I will, even though I don't have the classes names, I will create just the dates, and then I will update.
You do have the classes names though.
I have some, but not all of them. I have some for the Holt House, not for Russell Square.
Oh, for Russell Square there was a new email Miranda sent last week, and she'd included the class title, I believe, and the time. It was just, I think it's exactly the same class they have every week at the same time. So I missed it at the beginning, but so it's in the email, but it's only one line, because at first I thought it wasn't included, but then when I read it again, if you look at if you look at that email from Miranda, it's written there.
Okay.
So, yeah, cool. So yeah, if you could test that. Marco, how do you feel about it? Or Dubai? Is anybody there still from Dubai? Maggie, Marco, Reshu. Okay, let me see. Is Marco about? Marco? Marco, you're not mute, so why can't I hear you? Okay, Reshu saying she thinks you're muted. Yeah, Reshu, you are. Reshu? Oh, there you go. Well, maybe you're all on together. Cool. Marco, how do you feel about? It's you that's going to be creating these? Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I'll probably unmute you shortly because it's quite noisy. But sounds like you're in an air tunnel. But how do you feel now about creating those events?
Alex speaking. Anyway. I mean, ideal would be if I could, because the one that did the actual flow was
okay. Guys, I won't keep. Why don't I just follow up individually with Team Mia, since for whatever reason I can't really chat with them. But I think what you guys need to do today is to start to copy the content in so that we're in a position to push it live tomorrow. So if you tell me where I can help you, but it shouldn't take you more than 2 minutes to create each day. So I anticipate kind of it shouldn't be taking more than 20 minutes to copy all of the content across. And I'm just here online to help. But as I said, tomorrow we do want to push it into live. Also, if you're testing, just be aware that I've created an event capacity of 5 as a maximum on each campus visit. So you can test, but then just be aware that you'll need to increase that number of participants after you've done your testing.
Great.
So I'm going to say goodbye unless you guys have any more questions.
Yes, and I will free that.
It's fine for me. Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, not at all. Thanks, Irina. Yeah, if you could just, as I said, if you could just start doing it today so that I can help you today so that we can push live for tomorrow, that'd be great.
Sure, I will Skype you later.
Thanks a million. Okie doke.
Thank
Guys,
you.
Any other questions to you, Irina? Ciao. Anybody else?
No, I just heard you meeting on Friday.
No? Okay, cool. Well, thanks a million, and I'll follow up.
Thank you,
now.
Rachel.
You're most welcome. Thanks for sticking around. I know it was sort of painful at times. Okay, I'll catch you later. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.